Welcome back to my channel, and a very special welcome if you're new here. My name is Jen. I'm a certified weight loss and nutrition coach, and today we're talking about 11 reasons why real whole food can actually help you lose weight, basically effortlessly. So if you're excited, give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed and your bell's on because I upload new videos every Tuesday and Thursday. Check out the description box down below for nutrition coaching, where I offer personalized to you macros and calories. Highly recommend. This is how I've lost 140 pounds, as well as one-on-one coaching if you would like to chat with me directly. Links and discounts to my favorite healthy things are also down in that description box. So let's jump into the 11 reasons why real whole food can effortlessly help you lose weight. It's no coincidence that the rapid rise in obesity started when a lot of these processed convenience foods started to be the go-to for the majority of the population. Although convenient, these processed foods can be really high in calories, really low in nutrients, and actually can increase your risk of multiple diseases, where real whole food does the exact opposite. Keeps you full, helps you lose weight, lowers your risk of diseases, and doesn't offer a bunch of chemicals and preservatives that these processed foods offer. Before we jump into the 11 reasons, I'm not saying that you shouldn't eat processed foods because that is unsustainable and unrealistic. Like I always say, I follow an 80-20 approach. 80% real whole food, 20% some of those processed foods or foods that I love. It's all about moderation and balance. So first, let's define what is considered to be a real whole food. What are the types of foods we should be leaning towards? A lot of these are single ingredient foods that are packed with vitamins, minerals, and nutrients. Some examples are going to be things like apples, bananas, chia seeds, broccoli, kale, berries, tomatoes, sweet potatoes, brown rice, salmon, whole eggs, and unprocessed meats. There are so many more real whole foods out there, as you can imagine, but these are a few that you can incorporate into your day-to-day diet. So number one, why these foods are nutritious and can benefit weight loss is real whole foods are very, very nutrient dense and nutritious. Unprocessed plant foods and unprocessed animal-based foods can be really the leading cause to effortless weight loss. They're great for your health, they're packed with vitamins, minerals, nutrients, and they keep you fuller for longer without putting in a lot of those additives and preservatives into your body. A diet of processed foods that doesn't provide enough iron could affect your ability to exercise. Since iron is required to move oxygen around your body, this would limit your ability to burn calories through exercise. A diet low in nutrients may also prevent you from losing weight by making you feel less full after eating. Study after study after study shows that when we consume a diet primarily made up of processed foods, we generally consume more calories in a day, because we talked about these processed foods being high in calories but low in nutrients and low in things like fiber and protein that keep you full. So again, pick nutritious foods for 80% or more of your daily diet. Number two, real whole food is packed with protein, and I talk all about protein here on my channel and how making sure that every meal and every snack contains protein, because that's what keeps you full, and protein is the macronutrient. Carbs, fats, and protein are the macronutrients. Protein is the one that takes your body the longest to digest. That's partially why it keeps you full, but it also burns extra energy / calories just during the digestion process. And I'm all about burning extra calories just digesting my food. Protein actually helps regulate your hormones that produce weight loss, and it boosts your metabolism. A lot of the processed protein sources out there, this includes things like pepperoni and deli meat and even cheeses, they can be stripped of some of their nutrients during processing. So make sure that the majority of the protein that you're consuming comes in whole form. Again, salmon, chicken, ground beef. Number three, real foods do not contain refined sugars. Now, some real whole food has sugar. Let's talk about fruit, for example. This is a question I get all the time from my coaching clients. Fruit makes you fat. Should I eliminate fruit from my diet? Should I lower the amount of fruit that I'm eating? No. Yes, fruit has naturally occurring sugar, but that's very different than refined sugar, and fruit has fiber. Sugar and fiber together makes the digestion process slower and does not spike your blood sugar like refined sugars do. All of those processed foods out there, cookies, candies, chips, baked items, those have refined sugar. Real whole food like fruit does not. The big thing with refined sugars is they do very little to keep you full. You can eat a whole pack of cookies and be hungry 10 minutes later. You can eat a cup of fruit and be sustained for an hour. hour or longer. That's the difference between naturally occurring sugar and refined sugars. Again, these naturally occurring sugars should be 80%, refined sugars 20% or less. Number 4, they're high in soluble fiber. And like protein, fiber keeps you full, fiber also keeps you regular. It is recommended that women consume between 30 and 35 grams of fiber per day, and men consume between 35 and 40 grams of fiber per day. Soluble fiber also helps aid in weight loss. Not only does it help keep you full and regular, it can help you lose weight. Studies have found that soluble fiber may decrease the production of hormones that make you hungry. Real whole foods have soluble fiber, processed foods do not. Number 5, real whole food contains polyphenols. Plant foods contain polyphenols, which have antioxidant properties that help protect against disease and can also help you lose weight. For example, an example of a polyphenol is what you can find in green tea naturally, which is EGCG. Now, I don't know if you remember back in the day, they had the whole EGCG diet where you ate like 500 calories a day and put these weird things under your tongue. None of that works. However, the EGCG in green tea is a naturally occurring polyphenol that leads to weight loss. And in fact, drinking green tea and substances that contain polyphenols actually can help you burn a little bit more calories every day. Number 6, real foods do not contain trans fats. And I don't know if you're aware, but it's recommended not to consume trans fat at all, 0%. Now, sometimes this can be unavoided, especially in that 20% category where we're eating some of the foods that we really love that maybe aren't the healthiest, but you really want to watch the amount of trans fats that you're consuming, and real whole food contains none of them. Trans fats were developed to increase the shelf life of processed foods, things like chips, cookies, and cakes. Really bad for your health and really bad for your waistline, and in fact can inhibit weight loss overall. That's why it's recommended not to consume them at all or very, very little of them. So if you're focusing on real whole foods for the majority of your diet, you're not at risk of consuming trans fats. Real whole food actually helps you eat a little bit more slowly. You can polish off a bag of potato chips in no time at all, but it would be really hard to polish off a pound of fresh berries, right? That's the difference between a processed food and real whole food. We want to make sure we're eating slowly in general. That gives our brain and our stomach time to connect and let our bodies know that we've consumed food, which helps trigger the signal of fullness. Now, if we're eating a lot of real whole food, that trigger of fullness is a lot faster. So we generally consume less calories overall. Kind of back to the whole chips versus fruit situation. In addition, eating real whole food, we tend to chew our food for longer, 40 bites versus about 10 to 15 bites. Again, just naturally slowing down our eating. Be mindful whenever you're eating a meal so that you're really focused on the food, not being distracted by things like your phone, TikTok, or TV. Number 8 is real food actually has been known to reduce sugar cravings. Sugar cravings, sugary foods, these can be the hardest part of weight loss. Take it from me, I am a sugar lover. I love sugar. As soon as I finish a meal, I feel like I need a dessert. But if we focus on real whole foods, that craving for sugar just naturally diminishes over time. Now, of course, it's not going to go away. You're still going to want to have a sweet treat here and there, but it's drastically reduced. You go from wanting a sweet treat like me after every meal to maybe having a dessert in the evening. This can really change your taste preferences, which can really benefit your weight loss and your overall health long term. Number 9, you can eat more and still lose weight. Think high volume, low density foods. You can eat 9,000 pounds of vegetables for 100 calories, or you can eat 10 potato chips for 100 calories. See that correlation between real whole food being less calories so you get more of it, and processed food being more calories so unfortunately you get less of it. So if you really focus on those real whole foods, you're going to be able to actually eat more volume-wise during the day, keep fuller for longer, and see weight loss. Number 10 kind of goes hand in hand with the reduce your sugar for craving. The more whole foods you eat, the less processed foods you're going to want to eat. Again, back to your taste buds will change. Now, this is going to take time. You're not going to eat real whole food for one day and then all of a sudden everything changes. No more sugar cravings, no more processed food. That's not how it works. However, over time, the more whole real foods you eat, the less processed foods you actually want to consume. Number 11, real whole food actually helps lead to overall lifestyle changes. Not only changes in our diet, but changes in our lifestyle overall. Crash diets, sure, you're gonna lose weight in the beginning, but you're not going to keep it off, and they're not sustainable long term. By focusing on real whole foods, that is sustainable long term. Not only are you effortlessly going to take off weight, you're effortlessly going to keep that weight off. It is not good for our body, our metabolism, our health, our mental health to crash diet, to gain, to lose, to gain, to lose. We wanna lose the weight and keep it off because dieting is hard. So by having that real whole food focus, you're going to be able to take the weight off and keep it off long term, which is better for your body and of course, your mental health. So what's the bottom line of today's video? 80-20, 80% real whole food, 20% those processed foods, those a little bit less healthy foods or foods that you love. A diet rich in real whole foods actually does help you lose weight and can help you lose weight with very minimal effort. I don't know about you, but losing weight effortlessly sounds pretty good. Just make some swaps for some of those processed foods that you're eating for real whole foods to reap the rewards. And again, you can still enjoy the foods that you love, just a little bit less of them and a little bit more in moderation. So let me know down in the comments, what do you think of this whole food approach versus this processed food approach? And if you have transitioned over to real whole foods, how has it benefited your weight loss and your healthy lifestyle? Let us know down in the comments. And if you enjoyed today's video, give it a big thumbs up. Again, subscribe if you're not. I would love to have you here, and turn on your bell so you never miss a future video on every Tuesday and Thursday. I will link nutrition coaching and my favorite healthy things down below for you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.